Hi, my Saggies. Welcome to your mid-month. And this is something that I think I did for October, but I'm going to make it a little bit different. So what I'm going to do is, this is your mid-month. This is soul and love guidance. And what I'm going to do is giving you a general energy of what will be happening. The energy that will be coming in the last 2 weeks of December. Then I will give you the things that you need to avoid. Then I will show you the other card that is going to be the focus card and your soul lessons. And definitely at the end I will give you a love guidance. Remember, this is soul and love, so it's applying to all your areas at the beginning, and an extra love guidance at the end with the activation love card. So let me see, what is that you're going to be in right now? What's your energy? Your energy is going to be the Page of Swords. That's what is coming into you. So what the Page of Swords is telling me at this point is that you're going to be hearing from someone, not only from someone, but questioning about someone, maybe asking you questions, maybe sending maybe someone or a company or a job reaching out to you, sending you emails, inquiry, notifications, messages, text messages, but any type of form of messages you will be receiving back and forth, and it's going to be good news. So take advantage of this energy, okay? So now is what you need to avoid. What are the things that you need to avoid and not to do, right? So let's see. All right. Okay. So we have the Fox, and the Fox is telling you, you know what? You need to be sincere, honest, because the Fox usually means someone who is being sneaky, right? A liar, a cheater. And what the card is telling you, what is this Fox is telling you, what you need to avoid is, or you need to avoid people who are dishonest. Dishonest conversations, because it's related to the Page of Swords, right? So when I see the Page of Swords here, I think that one of the things that you need to avoid is to get involved in type of conversations that are not really good for you. Like, it's not gonna fit or feed your soul in a good way. I don't know if you understand it. So Page of Swords, general energy coming into you. A lot of messages is a good thing, but try to avoid to be involved in any type of dishonesty, lie, cheating, scandals, whatever it is with the Fox. Try to avoid it, or sneaky people in your life. Try to avoid any type of situation with a Fox could be. Okay, so what is the type of energy that you need to work on? What you need to work on. This is a very short reading, but look, didn't I say this? What did I say? Avoid. And look what it says. Be honest with yourself. So that is what you need to focus on. There you go. Twice for you, my Saggies. And it says, look into your heart and you will know the truth of the situation. Try to avoid this. It's all about communications this last 2 weeks for you, my Saggies. It says, it's safe to admit the truth to yourself, for we will support and guide you through any necessary changes. Lean upon us for courage and strength to take good care of yourself. Focus only upon your true desires, and they will come to you upon angels' wings. It's perfect. This is a perfect card, and it just says everything. So what is your lesson? What is your lesson for this 2 weeks? What is that you need to learn, my Saggies? This is the type of energy that you are dragging with you, that you haven't learned, or you will have to learn this last 2 weeks. Okay. Volunteer. Imagination. What is your imagination card means? It says, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. You know, I think you might have a little trouble with trying to be more creative. Maybe you are losing a little bit more of your hopes and desires in terms to your creativity or imagination, positivism, and that is one of the things that you need to learn. You need to learn to be more creative, use more your imagination, and whatever area of your life. This is part of your soul lesson. So put it in your situation, not only in love, but in general, in your job, in your career, and even when you make work with finances or whatever, everything that has to be with imagination. So that's part of your lesson, is to use your imaginations, even with relationships with people around, friends, family. You know, this is like a type of something that will help you to grow, right, spiritually, to help you to gain more, like, to be more able to risk into things and using your imagination, I think, because we do need to have imagination to create new things. If you're not creative in your life by using imagination, you know, you will not succeed, okay? It's the same thing. Sometimes people are in relationships that are kind of boring, and your partner will say, well, I would love that you be more creative, use your imagination, you know, like, let's do something different. Or when it comes to your work, same thing, right? You want to be able to do different things because you don't want to fall into the same patterns, or, like, how can I say, get stuck in something that might be perceived for others, by others, as boring, or monotony kills, you know. And use your imagination to be able to create things and move around, and that's part of your lesson. So try to make it resonate in your for your situation. So let's work with your, I'm gonna put this inside, no, inside, I'm just gonna leave it here. So I want you to, probably you can look at your cards. Like, I'm sorry, it's just, no, I don't think this is going to work. So now let's see for your activation card. For your activation card, what is the message for my singles? Meaning alone, you have nobody whatsoever. My Saggies, you're completely alone. I know it sounds awful, but a lot of people is telling me, but what do you mean singles? Like, they asking me. I was like, no, this is not only for, you know, readings for couples. Then single means single in general, alone. So this is for you, my singles, completely alone people. And your activation love for my couples, marry or not marry. For my marry or not marry, but let's start with your singles. So you have Joy card. Listen to this. You delight in the love of life and bring a spirit of fun to all that you do. I know my single / alone, that we have nobody in our life, that we sometimes feel like we cannot enjoy life because we need someone in our life. But how can you find someone if you don't go out, if you don't meet people, if you don't really you know, enjoy life in general? But that's what it says, joy, right? It's good to have a great spirit of fun, and this is why I think you need to have imagination. Okay, use your imagination to go to different places, meet people, have fun. Maybe you're gonna meet someone. My singles, do not get stuck at home. Do not put yourself in a mode of being alone and miserable. You need to go out, meet people, have fun, enjoy, have joy of what, you know, the universe is giving into you, or whatever you know, believe in. It's given to you. Okay, so that's gonna help you to activate love, okay, and find that love that you want. It's through using imagination to go and have joy. In my couples, detachment. So you are releasing all patterns and ideas that no longer serve your highest ideals of love. So for my couples, marry or not marry, use your imagination, part of your soul lesson. Same thing. You need to use your imagination to make things, change things. And detachment, you know, it's some old patterns. Maybe your partner is tired of this pattern that you repeatedly do, and you need to switch things. It's like, okay, it can be for the most simple thing, like, oh, just put it in an example, like I used to have with my ex-boyfriend, and I'll make a hook where he put and hang his keys, the car keys, and he will comes and he would like, oh, but I'm tired, like I have to put it right there, and all the time. I mean, it sounds the most ridiculous thing. And so I would just adjust things, you know, to make it easier for him. And I don't want to be yelling at him like, oh, why you don't put the keys in there? This is why you're always trying to find your keys. Are you asking me? So I try to avoid that and try to use my imagination and be a little bit more playful and kind of like switch around. Says, oh, you know what, I switch it here. Like, I know certain people do like monotony and all the time, but one of the things we need to learn is to be more creative and use imagination, and not only be like that, could be for any other situation. I'm just putting the most dumb example so you kind of understand a little bit what I mean, you know, if you couples and what type of conversations you're having. Use imagination to catch the other your partner's attention, you know, and something that could create this spiritual growth in both of you, especially in love. Okay, guys? Anyway, my Saggies, I hope you have a great New Year's and Christmas, and much love and much light. I hope this really helped you in a bit to channel that energy and try to work with this. Okay? See you soon. Ciao.